You're watching MissouriWrestling.com's The Grind. Welcome to The Grind. We're going to jump right into it with Jaden Cox winning his Olympic qualifying tournament in Mongolia. This guarantees him a spot at the Olympics in Rio. Camdenton held their first ever freestyle and Greco tournament over the weekend. I caught up with tournament director Grant Leedy and he was very pleased with the turnout. Grant wants to thank the Camdenton USA Club, Waynesville, and the Tri-Lakes Wrestling Clubs for bringing such great numbers. Grant says it's a win-win for everyone, the wrestlers, schools, and Missouri wrestling as a whole. It was a great day spent with good friends watching some great wrestling, and that's a good measure for success. Last week I headed over to Oak Park High School for a GRISA freestyle Greco practice. GRISA features wrestlers from all over the Kansas City area. This week they had Air Force Academy head coach Sam Barber in to show technique. Let's take a look at the practice.
I pass, it doesn't come. I pull when I pass it doesn't come. I pull when I pass it doesn't come. Just let this, I'm just gonna clear both hands. I'm gonna bring this one across. Take my wrist hand, my bottom hand, feeding it. There.
All right, we're here with Air Force head coach Sam Barber. Maybe a lot of people in Missouri don't know about your program. I know you do have a Missouri connection with Coach Horton. He was a Mizzou assistant, I think, for 9 years.
Yep.
Can you tell the Missouri wrestlers just kind of a brief overview about the program?
Yeah, well, we're a service academy program, so the nuts and bolts of that are you're going to come and get a world-class education, outstanding education, high academics, 4 years education, and then 4 years Division I college wrestling experience, Big 12 Wrestling Conference, and then after that you'll be commissioned as a second lieutenant in the United States Air Force. And depending on what you do for a job, you're looking at 5 years of service, guaranteed employment, great job, great organization, working for United States of America, or 10 if you, for example, a pilot. It's $2.5 million for 18 months of pilot training. So if we have you do that, we're going to expect 10 years of service out of you, flying and fighting. So, but that's the biggest thing is that it's a great world-class education that sets you up for life.
Right.
So it's a great education. That you can take when you leave the Air Force, and you can do anything from there. Division I wrestling experience program and the Big 12 Conference, and we're continually getting better and being more competitive in that. So not where we want to be, but we're definitely getting there. So.
Wrestlers in Missouri, what can they do if they're interested, in your program? Who can they contact? What process do they need to go through?
Yeah, the biggest thing is to reach out and contact me, as a coach. From that part, we can talk to them a little bit about their background. Academically, there's three things. Academically, they have to be academically qualified. That's a big part of what we do. They have to be medically qualified to be commissioned, so we have to ask some specific questions there. And then we have to help them, understand the nomination process too. So. The biggest thing is we do a good job of trying to seek guys out and trying to find the best wrestlers that are going to be competitive in the Big 12 Conference. But we can't be everywhere all the time, and we know that Missouri wrestling has great wrestling. We'd love to get kind of a little bit of a pipeline going down here.
Awesome. That's all I got for you. Thanks for your time, Coach.
Appreciate it. Thanks.
Quite a few Missouri wrestlers wrestled in the Ohio Tournament of Champions. Team Central Wrestling Club took first place in a small school team division. Some individual results include Graydon Penner, champion, Ryan Hampton, 5th place, Kyle Brewer, 2nd, Nico Chavez, 8th place, Kyle Caldwell, 3rd, Jaden Carson, 7th, and Jack Dara, wrestling out of Thoroughbred Wrestling Club, was a champion. We have a hot topic going on the message boards right now about girls wrestling in Missouri. Girls wrestling has been growing each year. With the saying, if you build it, they will come, there's a group of coaches trying to push Misha to put girls wrestling on the ballot as a varsity emerging sport. What do you think? Talk about it on the message boards with other Missouri wrestling fans. It's officially spring. That doesn't mean everyone is wrestling freestyle and Greco. Check out what these wrestlers are doing besides wrestling in the off season. Mark Lundy, who lives in Lee Summit, recently won Wrestling Photographer of the Year by the National Wrestling Media Association. Mark has literally shot wrestling all over the world. Watch for an article about Mark soon on MissouriWrestling.com about his experience shooting wrestling. Go check out his photos at www.lootlens.com. We're going to wrap up this episode of The Grind with former Liberty wrestler Deron Wynn showing off his Big Move Monday and wrapping it up with a Running Man Challenge. Go give Deron a follow on Twitter or Instagram.
I've been watching.
Do you want On The Grind? I can't always find the latest wrestling news, so hit me up on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram with your news, photos, and videos. Or even shoot me an email at wrestling@MissouriWrestling.com.